Welcome to Dunsmore Moving Dirt. We're out here on some property. A landowner called me last week, a customer of mine, and he's got a place kind of north of where we're at, clearing the roads and stuff on that property at 300 acres. Anyway, he said he's got 200 something acres up here south of Harold where it's at, and just about out of water. And he said he wants me to look at the tank, see if there's anything to do with that I can do with it. I worked on one for him. I just enlarged it, and he said that this one was a pretty small tank. He said if I could find a spot for a better one or a bigger one, he'd be open to that. So I'm going to look at the old one first. But after looking at a map, it don't have very much drainage to it, probably 40 acres at the most, and it's stuck up in the corner, and there's no other water on the property. So if they're on one side or the other, it's 230 acres. They got to walk all the way across to it. But he said there's some drainage on the north side of his property, and the owner of the property next to him has a pretty good sized pond tank down there. And so I got with the NRCS and looked at the maps of the place, and there's a couple good draws on the north side that has twice the amount of drainage that this one has coming to this little old pond. So it may be better off to build one on the north side of the property. Just let this one do what it can do. If it can hold a little bit of water when it does rain, and then that'll kind of split up his pasture where he can have cattle staying on both ends when it's hot and dry like this, and cattle will stay right next to a tank. They don't want to spend half a day walking across the pasture, so they'll stay around the pond, and they'll eliminate the grazing there. And then, but if you got it where they can kind of go back and forth, and kind of stretches out your pasture. So anyway, it wasn't too far from where I parked, so I just thought, shoot, I'll just walk from here, see if I can find it. It's supposed to be stuck down in the corner. So I may wish I'd unloaded the Kubota. I'm going to have to do it on the other one because I don't know if I can get, there's a road even to that other one or not, but okay. I see a hole. Looks like a dry hole. Oh, it's got a little bit of water in it. I thought I seen a deer blind somewhere from the road. That might have been on the neighbor that I seen the deer blind. Well, it's got a little water in it. And looks like it backs up water into here when it's full, and it still looks, I don't know if this is a spillway or that would be the spillway, but I bet that other end's a spillway. We'll walk up here and look. That's just a little round hole it's been dug years ago. I believe the other side's the spillway, or it may spill around both sides. Yeah, there is a deer blind up there. I knew there was one out here somewhere. Well, it don't have much water in it. Getting kind of nasty looking. Looks like the hogs have been down here wandering around. if I can tell how much water's. Usually if you throw a rock out or a clod or something and it brings up mud, it's not very deep. Don't have a big enough clod, or a heavy enough one, I'll put it that way. Yeah, that looked like that brought up a little mud. There's probably not a foot of water, a foot and a half of water in that thing, but it still looks like it holds a lot of water. I mean, I could get up here and dig this end out, but if there's not much drainage, that's the part I'm worried about. If that's the spillway up there, this thing will probably still hold 6-7 foot of water when it's full. It's not that it's got some silt in it. It was probably 12 foot deep when it was dug, if that, 10 to 12. Looks like it has a little bit of water stands up there, then that neck, but I mean, it is just, or showed to be right in this corner. Yeah, I see a fence over there. I believe this is the spillway right here. So it just don't run around much because it don't have that much drainage. 40 acres of drainage. I mean, if we was to get back in a normal rainfall pattern, that would keep it full, but it wouldn't keep much more than what's here full. But if we can build a pond on double the drainage, a little bit bigger pond, and it gets full, it'll stay full all the time. So even in the middle of a drought. Now there's a hog trap. Door shut, so it's not being used at the moment. Well, I think I'll tell him I wouldn't waste no more money on this thing. Just let it fill up when it fills up, and we'll look at that other site. And probably gonna be able to get him one a little bit bigger and more drainage. And that way that'll stretch out his grazing when they got water. The cattle can kind of hang out on the north end of the place too. So. Okay, we're in the Kubota, we're in the field. We're gonna go either to that corner or down here and see if there's a gate to get out of here, or if it's even a fence in here. The map shows that there's a fence in that brush somewhere, and I don't know if it's an old fence, a new fence, or his hay crop's just about burned up. Okay, the GPS said it's just 384 feet over there, so maybe we can walk that. We don't run into any critters. I just don't know. I think there's a fence over, and if there's not a gate, I'd have to walk anyway, so. Get my exercise in anyway today. Of course, there's a lot better days to do it than when it's 100 degrees and you're out walking in the middle of a pasture. There's a deer blind over there on the hill, but I don't know if that's on him or somebody else. Yep, there's the fence. And there's no gate. That's okay. Wire was kind of dull, that's a good thing. Okay, that is the draw. Running back up through there. I mean, you can see, as far as you can see, now that water's coming down this way, so that's the good drainage draw. Now I just got to figure out a spot. Figure it's for a big tank. Now, as always, drop it down, but I at least need a spot where I can put that 162-foot top in there. If you can find like a little bowled out area where there's already a bowl, where you don't have to dig a whole lot of high ground, that's an ideal situation. But okay, I think I decided this will be the center of the pond. Dig all of that out, fill all that in with dirt, and let it spill over here, and that ought to give it time to get back in that draw and get under the fence the same place it's been going out. So the battery got too hot a while ago, or the camera quit or something. So anyway, give me a little time to think. I need all the time in the world to think. So anyway, got a GPS coordinate to this point, so I can call it in the dig test, and I can get home, get on the computer and look at it on Google Earth and see how it looks like from above instead of standing down here. But I think this is the best place for it. It'll be right in here somewhere. So sometimes once you get on the dozer and kind of set up a little bit, things look a little bit different. But all I've got to do is let it get into this, right back into this draw here, and get down there next to the fence so it can get out the same place it was always going out. If I could, I may wind up moving it this way a little bit, but I can tell once I get the trees knocked down and get a tape measure out there. But that's basically where it's going to be. So all we got to do now is get back to the Kubota and find the air conditioner. Of course, that won't be till we get in that red Ford, I don't imagine. So anyway, I'm going to turn this camera off, or it's going to get too hot before I can get back to the pickup. We'll let you see when we get up there and get it loaded. Okay, back to the Kubota. We're headed to the trailer. is, that may be a rock pile. Well, I don't know. Got mesquites growing in it anyway. That's what happens when you don't farm a field too much, mesquite trees start to grow in it. Okay, we're fixing to chain this thing down and getting the pickup, turn the air conditioner on, get cooled off. So thanks for joining us as found that tank site and everything. Maybe you might realize what it takes to find a location for a pond and what to consider, and especially if it's on a fence line close to the property line where you've got to let the water out the same place it's been going out, and yet try to get a hole that holds as much water as you can. So anyway, thanks again for watching. If you hadn't subscribed, wish you'd do that and help this channel grow, and hit the like button and share it with all your friends, and enjoy the comments and everything, the questions that you have. So until we get back out here and start digging this thing, and I'll be up here digging this tank, so we'll show you some video of that when we get that started. So keep your blades shining, your tracks clean. Bye. I just got in the dozer, and it's late. I had to run the truck to put it in the shop this morning and come up here, got the dozer moved and everything, and it's probably closer to 10 o'clock, and I don't know if you can see just right over there. I was sitting here at the dozer running. There's about 6 or 7 red hogs come up here, and I know they can hear the dozer running, but I don't guess they associate me with the dozer, so can't tell. They're fixing to start moving right now. There they are. They're looking at me. We'll see. They may come this way. Okay, the hogs are going to come around behind me, so we'll just wait a minute till they cross the road here. They're probably about ready to find some water. 6 foot, and it was kind of really gray and rocky on top, but about 2 foot, and I went under it and got into that good old red clay, and little old grays started showing up. So that's good soil there. And I got my flags set out where the circle is. I took my shots. So about all, I may start clearing some of the trees out of it. I won't get all my topsoil peeled back. It's 3:30 right now. It's 107. That's what the weather people say, and it feels like it's 110, so it don't matter. 107, 110, it's hot. So anyway, I may fill this hole back in or not. I hadn't decided. I don't think, we've got a few small chances of rain over the weekend, but I think it probably ain't gonna hurt nothing if it did have a little bit of water in it. But it laid in here pretty good, like I thought. It took up all this bowl here, and I can still run my dam that away pretty good and still spill back and get back under the fence, kind of in that area right there. It might miss it 10 foot, but that's close enough. So anyway, we'll let you see a little bit of that as we're starting to clean some of this brush out of the way and stay cool. I got the air conditioner. I'm back in the dozer with the air conditioner on, so that's a good thing.